Greetings, I'm Ms. Kingsley, and this video is about dividing tens, hundreds, and thousands. To get started, we're going to do a quick review on division and some of the vocabulary. So in division, we have three terms, and I'm going to be using these later, so I want you to remember them. We have the dividend, which is the number that we are breaking apart. So in these problems, it will be the largest number, and the divisor is the number we divide by. And the quotient is our answer, as shown here, as well as here. Remember, with this video, you can pause it, you can take pictures of the screen, you can do any of those things that will help you learn the material and get smarter. So here are a few examples of showing how in division we are breaking apart a number. So in my examples, this is one you're very familiar with, 12 divided by 3. Very easy. And I'm showing that this can be shown as 3 groups with 4 items in each group. So we started with 12, broke it into 3 groups, and then we end up with 4 items in each group. So let's go to one in the hundreds. If we start with 500 and we divide it into 5 groups, then there's 100 in each group, and that's shown over here. Now let's go to one that is in the thousands. We have 1,200 divided by 3, and it turns out that that means there's 400 in each group, as shown here. So I'm going to pause for a second and change this chart paper. Hi, I'm back. Okay, on this paper, I'm asking you to find the pattern. I've shown you 2 sets of problems, and I just want you, even if you need to pause the video right now, look for that pattern, and then I'll start talking about them. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back, and while I was paused, I underlined the basic facts in each of these problems. It's just one of many patterns that are up here. So those of you that have had me in class know that I ask students to let me know lots and lots of patterns that they see, but one is the basic fact of 12 divided by 3 equals 4 shows up in these underlined numbers. If I cover up the zeros, that basic fact is showing up. Again, down here with 24 divided by 8 equals 3, that basic fact shows up over and over again. Now there's another pattern that has to do with the zeros. Did you find it? Well, we'll take a look at how do we solve these problems by using this pattern. And I'll be right back. Hi. So now we're going to look at the steps that we use to take advantage of those patterns, and it all has to do with how numbers work and the properties of numbers, but to solve problems that are dividing tens, hundreds, and thousands. So step 1 is you look for the basic fact in the problem. Step 2 is you divide the basic fact. You use that basic fact division problem. Step 3 is you count the remaining number of zeros in the dividend, that is the divistart, the first number in the division problem that we're breaking apart. And we add that number of zeros, or write that number of zeros, I should say, after your quotient. So here are 3 examples. So we look for the basic fact, and we see it's 21 and 7. So we're going to use that basic fact and take 21 divided by 7 is 3. Write that down. Then we're going to look at how many zeros are here. I like my students to put a dot under them. And you add that many zeros to your quotient of your basic fact. We're going to do the same thing again here. 3,600 or 3,600, which you could say this either way, divided by 6, we're going to look for that basic fact, and we spot it right there. 36 divided by 6 is 6. We write that down, then we count our number of zeros, put dots under them, and add that many zeros to our quotient, our answer to our basic fact division problem. This one's a tricky one, so see if you can figure out why. the zeros work a little differently in this one. So when we go to our basic fact, the problem is 5 doesn't go into 2 easily. So 2 is, we're going to go to our basic fact being 20, and 20 divided by 5 is 4. But now there's only one of these zeros is left, because that first 0 was actually part of our basic fact. So this is why I like students to use the underline for the basic fact, a dot under the extra zeros. So we have 4 and we add 1 0. So 200 divided by 5 is 40. If you don't believe me, just add up 40 5 times and you'll see it does come out to 200. So we're going to switch now to doing some whiteboard practice work where you get your own chance to do this. So you need paper and pencil, and make sure that you have your materials ready. If not, you can pause the video so that you have time to work this out, and then I will show you the answer. So right now I'm going to go ahead with the answer, assuming you paused it. So we're going to look for our basic fact. We have 420 divided by 7, numbers in the hundreds. Our basic fact is 42 divided by 7, and that answer to that might take you a little while to work out. That's okay. Take all your time you need, is 6. And then we count how many zeros, and we have 1. So our answer is 60. How'd you do? Hopefully it's feeling easy. Okay, I want to do practice problem number 2. Is this time 4,500 divided by 9. Okay, pause the video, work it out. Welcome back. Here we go. Our basic fact is 45 divided by 9. That comma might throw you off, but in there is a 45 if you cover up the 2 zeros. So 45 divided by 9 is 5. Now we have 2 zeros that we're counting, so we're going to add those 2 zeros over here. So 4,500 divided by 9 equals 500. For those of you that remember the multiplying with hundreds, let's do a check by doing the opposite operation, and we have 9 times 500. This one might seem easier. We underline the 2 numbers without zeros. 9 times 5 equals 45. And we added our 2 zeros. And we get back to our dividend. Okay, practice problem number 3. There's a total of 5 practice problems, by the way. Practice problem number 3 is a little bit tricky. So we have 4,000 divided by 8 equals what? So this is one of those tricky ones because you can't take 4 divided by 8 and get a whole number. So we're going to have to go to 40 as our basic fact. 40 divided by 8 is 5. Add 2 zeros and we get 500. And if you want to check that with multiplication, go ahead. I'm going to go on to practice problem number 4, which gets a little more challenging here. So we're going to now try to find the missing number and say 150 divided by a mystery number equals 30. So see if you can figure that out on your own. Pause the video and then come back. Okay, welcome back. So on this one, we want to do it just like we solve missing problems in basic facts. So we're going to cover up our 0 here and our 0 here and see if we can see that basic fact, which now looks like 15 divided by what equals 3, or 3 times what equals 15, and now it might come to us that that is 5. So if we do this the way we were doing them before, we would see that 15 divided by 5, you would put the 3, add the 1 0. You can check it with 30 times 5 equals 150. let's try one more missing. We're missing the divisor in these. Okay, so here we go. Last one, 240 divided by missing number, or unknown number is how we often say it, equals 60. Okay, pause the video, see if you can work it out. Okay, welcome back. Okay, we're gonna look for that fact there, and that fact, the basic fact pieces are there. So we're going to, again, cover up the zeros and say 24 divided by what equals 6, or 6 times what equals 24? Well, that would be 4. And we'd see 60 times 4 equals 24 plus 1 0, 240. So that's it for today on dividing tens, hundreds, and thousands. Find some more practice problems, see how you do. Hopefully this was helpful. See you next time. Bye.